have our next speaker. We're going to get back now on course, okay? Because I have one of the great social media content writers to help you guys really own stepping out, vulnerably being just authentically you. So I have asked the one and only Cassie Woods to come on and really share some awesome tips around content writing because we need leads, right? And attraction marketing, we know whether it's at a soccer field or it's online, it all matters. So Cassie, I'm turning it over to you, honey.
What's up? Oh my gosh, I am literally so fired up. I have so many notes that I've already taken from Sarah's presentation on vision and from Andrea on launching new brand partners. There was so much gold in that, whether you have been here for a month or 5 years or somewhere in between. And then from Oliver and all the fire that he brought and all the wisdom that he just gave, and just am so excited for what's to come for 2024. And I want this year to be a massive growth year for you. And I want you to write massive in the chat if that's what you're here for. Like if you drew a line in the sand and that is what you are available for coming into 2024. And a big part of how you are going to make that happen is with a steady flow of leads, of new people coming into your business. So before we dive in, I just want to give you a little bit of information about me in case we haven't met before. So I'm Cassie Woods. I live in Eugene, Oregon. I'm married to my best friend. I'm a mom of three. I am a horse girl, and I am a legit introvert. I know a lot of people like say they're an introvert. If you know me, you know I am a legit introvert. I love people, but I love, I love that we can build this business from home, from our phone, from, a computer, in my sweats. Like I'm hanging out, I look good on the top and I got my sweats on the bottom. So I love that we can do that. I lead a diamond organization here with Amari. And when I joined back in 2018, I was so excited about these products in this company because it was set up perfectly for digital marketing, for social media, right? And as we have grown over the years, all we have done as a company is evolve and innovate and get better and better and better and better at that digital marketing and social media piece of things. So whether you are killing it online right now, or you are, just trying to figure this out, trying to figure this content creation thing out, either way, know with certainty that from that side of things, Amari is perfectly positioned and perfectly set up for digital marketing. So really the biggest thing that you need to focus on and you need to skill up on is just your own content creation. And that's pretty cool, right? I want you to write cool in the chat if you're like, yes, there's a lot of companies that they can't say that they don't have a lot of the systems and tools and processes and website and all of the things that we have that make it so easy for us to just focus on doing what we need to do to connect with people and get into conversation and build relationships. So I love that about Amari as a company. So I love social media and I love building business online. I want you to put your kind of relationship and feeling about social media and online business in the chat. If it's something you love, if it's something you're learning to love, if it's something that you are resistant to, just be honest and put that in the chat. Learning, implementing, and teaching what we're going to talk about today has allowed me to connect with literally the most incredible people. Like my life is forever changed because of content creation and social media and learning how to bring leads in and build relationship with new people. So being able to offer mental wellness solutions into thousands of homes and never having to worry about running out of people year after year, while I've been able to build this business, being home, raising my kids, taking care of my animals, and living my life, right? It truly is the dream. And I want you to write dream in the chat if that is like, you want to have massive growth this year, you want to bring new people into your business, you want to live your life, right? You want to be involved and present in the areas that matter. And to me, skilling up in some of these areas is the way, it's the path to do that, because it takes a lot of that pressure and that stress of business growth away from you, okay? So first off, language is super important. Would you agree with that? Write agree in the chat if you're like, yes, language matters, okay? So I want to define what a lead is so that we are speaking the same language as we go through what we're going to talk about today, okay? So a lead is somebody that you can talk to about your product or opportunity, right? It's as simple as that. It's someone that you can talk to about your product and opportunity. So the goal is to create content that connects you with new people or existing people, right, that you already have in your network in some way that you can contact about your products and opportunity. I think all of us kind of have a different comfort level. You know, some people, they only want to talk to people that reach out to them and really stick to attraction marketing. Some people, they feel more comfortable with the networking aspect of things. And as you are growing followers and growing friends and growing your network, those are leads, you guys. Those are people that, you know, you can get into relationship building conversations with and talk to. If you're not weird, like, just don't make it weird. Like, just write that in the chat. Don't make it weird. As you create content, it attracts in people that are like you. Those are people that you can build that relationship with and talk to about your product and opportunity. So just to totally simplify what a lead is so that you are super clear on, okay, my goal for Q1 of 2024 is to bring in X amount of leads. That's people that you can talk to about your products or about your opportunity. Okay. So at the start of a new month, a new year, a new quarter, however you often that you want to do this, we're going to talk about evaluating your existing content. Okay, so I want you to write existing in the chat if this is something that you already have. You've already been posting on social media. You've already been showing up in stories. You've already followed a launch plan. You've already followed a posting plan. You've already shared graphics into your stories. You've already enrolled people into your business, right? So many of you guys are writing existing. So here's the really cool thing about this. You do not need to recreate the wheel to learn how to post and how to create content that attracts in leads. You already know how to do this. I love that Andrea was talking about the secret sauce to and Brandy, this is for you. Brandy says I stink at this. Okay, this is for you, right? Andrea was talking about the secret sauce of stepping into growth and hitting that next rank, and where we really think it's something outside of ourselves. It really is a mindset thing. It's a belief. It's a shift in your own identity and owning that if you are taking action, you are in the game. I want you to write in the game in the chat if you're like, okay, you're right, Cassie, I am taking action. Brandy, the next step to not stinking at it is just taking action. You have to be bad before you can refine and get better. And then you have to just be okay before you can refine and get even better. But we have to start doing things bad and kind of sucking before we can ever get to the point where we're really good at this. Okay. So instead of focusing on constantly recreating the wheel and thinking that the tactic or the strategy or the thing that is going to make your social media explode is something outside of you, something new, something, you know, completely different from what you've already been doing. It's not that. It's a 2% shift in what you have already been doing. Okay. Tell me how that makes you feel in the chat. If it's like a weight off of your shoulders and you're like, I can do this, right? So what you're going to do at the start of a new month, a new year, a new quarter, however often you want to do this, this is something I do every month. You want to evaluate your past content, because if you are here and you are plugging in and you are showing up, I'm assuming you've launched. You've went through that launch plan and you've created some content that brought some leads in, that turned into prospects, that enrolled into your business. So you have been successful. You can look back at your previous content and look at your stories, your reels, your feed posts, your videos. What has worked well for engagement? What has worked well for starting messenger conversations? What has worked well for conversions and bringing new customers and new brand partners into your business? So starting off and evaluating what you've already done that's working. Okay. People spend way too much time on recreating the wheel and thinking that this is like the biggest trap that people get in, is they think that they need to create fresh content every single day. And it needs to come from this place of inspiration. I want you to write "that's me" in the chat if you're like, that is me. I'm sitting on my phone and I'm writing a post and I'm doing something brand new every day, and I'm stuck and I can't post enough content. I see other people and they're pumping out, 2-3 pieces of content a day, and it takes me 3 hours to get through one. And this is why. It's because you think you need to recreate something every single day instead of just looking at what's already working and doubling down on that. Okay. What we need to get really good at if we want to bring leads into our business in 2024 and grow is we need to say the same thing in different ways over and over and over. People need to hear something 7 to 16 times before they are ready to make a buying decision. I want you to write that down and that to be a mantra that you have as you are creating content in the year of 2024. So when you get bored with it, that's awesome. That's when it's just starting to get good and you are just getting to that point where people are probably starting to hear you. They're starting to recognize that when they think of XYZ thing, they think of gut health, they think of hormones, they think of network marketing, they think of social selling. Now, when you're bored with the content that you've been creating, that's when the leads are probably going to start coming in more consistently because you are known for something. Okay. So again, I'm going to simplify this process for you. So you're going to evaluate your content and look at the leads that you've brought in and moved into your business. Sometimes we do need to make some tweaks with our message or our content to reach a different type of person. So you want to look at that, periodically. I think that's a good thing to look at quarterly, just to make sure that the type of people that are coming into your business are the type of people. I love Sarah Hines says this, and this like I adopted this from her, and it is how I build my business, and ain't nobody changed my mind. Okay, her thing with her business is, the people that she partners with, could I be in a canoe with you half the day? Could we like be in a boat on the river, on a lake, and me not want to throw you overboard, right? Like that is her mantra in her business. And it's really important. Like when we're building a business like and we're bringing in brand partners and customers, what is the culture, right? Is it, yeah, I'll get in a canoe with Sarah all day long. I'll get in a canoe with Beck. I'll get in a canoe with Andrea. I'll get in a canoe with Alex. So looking at the people that you're bringing in, are they the people that you want in your canoe? And if not, your content and your message may need to shift a little bit to resonate with that person that you do want to get in a canoe with. But do not overthink this, okay? This is something that, again, it's a moving process. And in 2024, like our feet are moving all year. Our feet are moving. We're not sitting still. We're not overthinking things. That's done. That's out. We're leaving that in 2023. You cool with that, right? Like write leave in the chat if you're making that commitment. Okay. So what you want to do is recreate or gain inspiration from what has already worked well for you, or what your upline guides you with if you haven't had that success yet. Okay. And so if you are a leader, this is really important for you to do, for you to be able to mentor your team with, to help them figure out how to create content that resonates with them, that brings in leads. It's all about evaluation and refinement. Evaluation and refinement. So we follow a process. We all have a social media launch posting plan that is designed to bring in leads. You take that, you evaluate it, and you refine that process, and you get really good at saying the same thing in different ways. Okay, does that feel easy? Doesn't that feel so much more simple than having to redo everything that you have already tried to do, or thinking that you just need to completely burn everything to the ground and be somebody else than who you already are? No, you don't need to do that. You just need to 1% better every day. Okay. So there's a few different types of posts that you can create that generate leads. And again, as you go through your evaluation process, you are going to be able to pick out these type of posts and see them. Okay, so number one is a curiosity post. This is something that did you know that 90% of your serotonin is actually made in your gut? You can do this as a color block post on your Facebook. You can do this as a reel. You can do this as a story with a poll option in it. I watched a video explaining how brain fog and nervousness can actually be improved from probiotics. Want to check it out? Right? So this is a curiosity post. This type of post is, again, designed just to do exactly what it says: pique curiosity in people around something that your products or opportunity are a solution for. Because again, we want to bring in leads. What are leads? Leads are people that we can contact about our products or our opportunity. Okay, so a really helpful tip, you can use ChatGPT to give you some more options for these types of posts. So you could create a list of curiosity posts and build that list out from using ChatGPT. Now, when you use something like ChatGPT, I would always encourage you to use it as a writing partner, not as the tool that creates your content for you, because it is artificial intelligence, right? And to teach it and train it to really get good at this, that's going to take some time. It's going to take some skill. And I don't know where you're at on your comfortability with that. So what I did is I went into ChatGPT and I asked it, I put in that curiosity post and I asked it to give me 10 little known facts about gut health and mental wellness. Okay, you could do this with hormones. You could do this with sleep. You could do this with kids' mental health. You could do this with home business. You could pick any topic and go in there and ask it to give you 10 little known facts. And that's going to help you to create curiosity posts, right? So you can see what it comes up with and then take that and apply it to your business, the evaluation tools that you use, right? The type of person that you're wanting to attract in, and boom, there you go. Now you have 10 posts for your month that are curiosity posts. Okay, again, don't overthink it. I heard this stat on TikTok about TikTok that between January and March, and this is why I don't want you to overthink things. Between January and March of 2023, there were over 15 billion pieces of content that were posted. So while you are sitting there overthinking what exactly wording should go into your curiosity post, there's someone else that's probably already posted 10 times. Okay, and then there's somebody that has consumed that much content. So you see what I'm saying? Like, overthinking is not going to serve you. Period. End of story. So stop it. Stop with the perfectionism. Remember, you have to suck less, to suck a little bit less, to eventually get good, to someday be great. Okay. But you're going to bring leads in all the way through that process, and you are going to learn all the way through that process. But if you are stuck in evaluation mode constantly, or you are stuck perfecting it or getting it right or thinking that it needs to be perfect, I'm telling you, there are people that are lapping you right now that have so much less heart, knowledge, all of the amazing things that you have inside of you that can serve the person who needs what you have to offer. Okay. The second type of post that will help generate leads is your story. Okay. Our brains are wired for story. If you haven't had success yet from gaining leads through sharing your story, that's no big deal. Just keep refining. Get more specific. I want you to write story in the chat if you have a story with these products, with this business. If you have a story from this morning, you guys, I have a story from this morning. I was feeling nervous before getting on this call, and my heart was racing. My mind was a little bit, fuzzy. And I went into my supplement cabinet. I grabbed Formood to focus, drank that down, did some breathing exercises, and boom, I'm fresh, I'm ready to go, right? So I have a story that I can tell today about these products and this opportunity, okay? So all of you have a story, and that is what people are going to connect with. If you are not getting results, you're not bringing in leads into your business from sharing your story, more than likely what you're doing is you're telling too many stories at one time. Okay, so you just need to get more specific. It doesn't mean that your story doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that it doesn't resonate. It just means that you need to improve your communication. That's all content creation is. It's just communication. Okay, so improve in the chat if you're like, yes, I need to do this. This is something that I'm committed to, that I am going to work on. I'm going to write out my story, and I'm going to learn how to tell it so that other people resonate with it and they come and ask me about my products or my opportunity. Okay, so if you when you're telling your story, you want to really think about how can you tell one story per post. If it's about happy juice, say your bloat went away and your clothes are fitting better since drinking happy juice, right? You could tell this whole story about, everything that happened and all the things in your life that improved, and it would be really amazing. But at the end of the day, like, one of the things you noticed was your bloat improved. Okay, so I went to ChatGPT again. And I'm not using ChatGPT to tell my story because ChatGPT is artificial intelligence and I'm a human, right? So what I'm using it for is to help me to hear some pain points that my ideal lead would resonate with. So I asked it to give me a list of pain points of women in their 30s have when it comes to bloating. it gave me a list of things, and I had some specific stories that I thought of that could go along with those specific pain points. Again, I think we overthink this sometimes, and we make it more complicated than it needs to be. Go to ChatGPT, ask it some common pain points that your ideal lead would have around whatever thing that you've seen improved from happy juice, from mood, from the business opportunity, whatever. You probably have a story around that. It'll probably jog your memory, and you'll be able to write down or speak out or do a video or do some stories around that specific pain point and sharing your story. Write simple in the chat if you're like, I could do that. That's simple. Yes, I could do that. It will help you generate leads. And again, the thing that we're doing is we're not overcomplicating. We're realizing that putting a piece of content on the internet is like putting a quarter in the slot machine. And you have to keep putting those quarters in the slot machine and being unattached to which one is going to be the one that blows up and explodes and brings a massive amount of leads into your business. Okay. It's probably not going to be the one you think it is. It's probably not going to be the one you spend the most time on. So you have to release that need for everything to be perfect. Okay. The third type of post that will help bring leads into your business is authority type posts. This is where you are going to bring in the facts, the studies, the credentials, and the specifics about your product or your opportunity. Okay. And this is going to look different for everybody because each of you are an individual person. And so your field of expertise, your credentials, your comfortability, or how you communicate, the science or the business or those kinds of things, that's going to be individual to you. And so it's going to look different for every person. You need to do this to where it feels and sounds like you and resonates with you. You don't need to be anybody else. You need to be you. And that's really important. So there's different ways that we can do this. We can share other people's results. That's a really powerful way. Graphics with features and benefits, that's a powerful way to help establish authority around your product and around your opportunity. Whatever type of content that you are creating in this way, again, you just want to make sure that it sounds like you. Okay. And that's super important. So as you're going back through and you're evaluating, I want you to look at those three things: curiosity, authority, and story. I want you to make a list of the types of posts. What I love to do is I do this in my notes section, and I'll grab the link or the caption from the actual post that I did, and I'll put it in a specific note under each of these types of content. Okay, and then that's where I'm going from. I'm not starting from scratch. I'm coming back to here and I'm doubling down on what I have already done. Right. And I'm refining my process, I'm refining my skill set, and I'm getting better at what I'm already learning to do. Okay. This can be okay, so what I got lost here. Whatever type of content that you are creating, though, if you want it to attract leads, you are going to need to ask people to engage. So whether it is a curiosity, whether it is story, or whether it is authority, you have to ask people for what you want. So if you want them to engage, if you want them to learn more, if you want them to send you a message about getting a product recommendation or learning more or picking their flavors of happy juice, right? Ask a specific question. This can be commenting a specific word and you'll send info. It can be voting in a poll if you're doing this in stories. You can try all kinds of different things, and you should try all kinds of different things. If you're at a place in your business where you are scaling, using something like ManyChat is a really great way to handle the influx of leads. But I'm going to tell you, I'm a huge fan of real conversations and doing the unscalable things for as long as you possibly can, because this is a relationship building business. So you're going to learn so much from having those actual conversations with people before you get to the point of automating it, and what that's going to make those automations work that much better. So as you're going through, just make sure you're actually asking for the engagement that you're looking for. Okay. For best results in your business this year, you want to do a combination of these type of posts. They're all going to work in stories, on the feed, in short form video, and whatever type of content comes next, because it all comes down to human psychology. Okay, so curiosity, story, and authority, that's not what works on one single platform. That's what works with human beings. So as long as we're in the human to human business, using this type of content and learning how to communicate in these ways is going to help you. Okay. Things that pique interest, that cause us to lean in and help build trust enough to take action and buy. Okay. Social media does not need to be complicated. It does not need to take a ton of time. I want you to make 2024 the year you are more focused and clear than ever. Okay. Decide who you want to help with these products and this opportunity. Who do you want in your canoe? Don't overthink it. You can always adjust as you take action, but if you don't take action, you don't have anything to adjust. You don't have anything to get better at. Okay? Ask questions, share resources, tell stories that will specifically connect with that person, and then find the things that work and spend your time either refining, reworking to be relevant now with like what's trending or what's in the news or what's current. And don't overthink this. That's the biggest thing. Don't overthink it. You do not need to share every single detail of your life or day and speak to everybody. You just need to do these specific things. That's what's going to bring leads into your business. Have a plan, have a purpose, get into action, and get into conversation with people. I am rooting for you so hard this year that this is the year you level up and have more leads than ever in your business, but you do it in a way that brings you more peace, more confidence, and you feel more fulfilled and prepared for everything that's coming next. All right. Bye, guys.
Cassie, thank you for bringing the fire and the heat on just simple steps that everyone, I think, got so many nuggets from to just skill and scale up. So can we just give like a round of applause, shout out in the chat box, give Cassie some love. She's an amazing mom, wife, leader, and we just love her.